Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we'll be unboxing and reviewing Xiaomi's noise cancelling USB Type-C earbuds. So, let's get right into it. So as always, very simple packaging all around, nothing special to see. And opening it up, we get a very nice presentation. First of all, we have the earbuds themselves, right over here. And then we have the goodie box. And inside the goodie box, we should find some replacement ear pads. And there they are. And we get a very nice microfiber bag to store these guys in, if you don't want to use this guy. Now, this is very interesting. If you take a look at the pads here, they are shaped very differently. Not like the Sony ones, not like the ones with the air canal ones. They're pretty different. So here's a closer look at them. Very, very interesting if you ask me. And it seems like they have two holes right there and a hole in the middle. So who knows, maybe these are add-ons on top of the earbuds themselves to enhance the experience. But we'll find out in just a bit here. And now let's take a look at the earbuds themselves. There we are. And just as I thought, these are some kind of add-ons to enhance the experience. So can't wait to try those out because this is very interesting. We have never seen this before. And we got a label right here with some useful information, just little tips to tell you about how to use this thing and how it works. Basically, it talks about the active noise cancelling, or ANC. And it tells you if you use these, you will get an enhanced experience. And I have learned from a mistake last time, you want to take the cable out first and unravel it like so, if you don't want to end up with a big mess of cables when you try and take it out. Because if you take out the earbuds themselves first, you're going to have some trouble. Alright, and here are the earbuds themselves. Now, as you guys can see, they look amazing. And the material that they have used for the housing is actually titanium. It's fantastic and it feels great. And I tried to scratch it with my knife and I couldn't get through it unless I tried really, really hard. And yeah, it just makes this thing that much better with this material. And yes, this is the air canal type, so if you're someone who uses Sony earbuds, you're gonna definitely enjoy these. So the padding itself feels pretty good, but we'll know for sure once we try it on. And here's what it looks like on the inside. And there's a ventilation hole. There's also another ventilation hole right there for the speakers, obviously. And the holes that we have here are actually oval design, not circular. And in the top here, it says ANC audio, which stands for active noise cancelling audio, which again, this thing has. And one last thing, there's one more ventilation hole right in there for the speakers. And moving down from the right earbud, we actually have the microphone on its own. And they claim that this microphone should be pretty good, so we'll see about that. And then moving down more, we'll get to the main board. And this is where you'd usually find your microphone, on the main board where the buttons are. And if you notice, we have a bunch of things on this thing. Unlike standard earbuds, you don't get that many functions, but we'll get there in just a bit. But yeah, you have three buttons, they're all very nice and tactile. And then you have the what looks like the active noise cancelling switch right over here. And there's a little tiny hole right there, which I presume is the LED that they are talking about. And finally, moving down, the cable here that attaches to your phone becomes braided. And it's fabric braided. And it feels really nice. And finally, you get to the end, which is the USB Type-C connector. Now you're probably wondering, what makes USB Type-C special over the 3.5mm interface? First of all, you get more power, more bandwidth, and of course, more speed, and a variety of different functions. With the good old 3.5mm interface, you're pretty much restricted or limited by your phone's capability to push out audio. That's why you see LG and some companies selling their premium phones with built-in DACs that can push out louder audio and clean lossless audio. But in the case of USB Type-C, you are no longer restricted and you're no longer limited by your phone, as long as you have USB Type-C. And that is because with USB Type-C, manufacturers of earbuds or headphones, they can include their own sound driver that they have specifically chosen to work exactly the way they want and to produce the exact same sound across the board on any device that it is plugged into. Which means anyone with a USB Type-C connector will get to enjoy all that premium quality and not be restricted by their phone's capability to push out premium audio. But of course, we also get an LED as well as the active noise cancelling switch right over here, which usually, if you wanted active noise cancelling on headphones, they would have to either be wireless because they would have a battery built in, or have a battery plus a direct connection in order to run the active noise cancelling. But of course, with these guys right here, it's being powered right off the USB Type-C, and everything is nicely contained into this thing. So enough talk, let's go ahead and try these out, and I'll tell you guys how they are, and I'll be testing out these as well. So see you guys in a bit. Alright, and we are back. Now, I want to get started by saying if you have a USB Type-C device, such as a laptop, tablet, or phone, this is kind of a must-have because these things are amazing. And that noise cancelling feature is actually pretty damn great. First of all, these things can get very loud. Now, I was able to play some content at 30% and I would still consider it very loud. And playing them at 100%, I did not notice any distortion whatsoever. The audio quality remained very nice and clear. Now, there is a tiny bit more bass than usual with the regular Xiaomi earbuds. And that's the way I like it. I don't want anything too crazy, but it depends on your taste. Now, if you guys are wondering, I come from a Sennheiser HD598 headset, so that's what I'm comparing it to. And so far, these things have been great. Once again, the audio quality is very clear, especially vocals. Vocals are very nice and crispy. And again, you have a bit more bass than usual. Not too much, but just enough to make everything sound that much better. Now, moving on to the microphone, just as I claimed, it actually sounds really good. Very nice and clear, and I have tested it, and the audio sample you guys are about to hear is through Audacity on my GPD Win. So here's what it sounds like. Hello, this is a quick audio sample being recorded through the GPD Win on Windows 10, and it sounds pretty good, pretty clear. Of course, there's a very small noise floor, and that will be eliminated once you actually call someone on your phone. And there you go, a very nice, crispy, clean microphone. And now moving on to the controls right here, what we have is volume up, volume down, and pause and play, which is the usual standard. And on the side, we have the active noise cancelling switch, which the noise cancelling here activates really quickly. It's almost instantaneous. Now I actually went ahead and recorded 2 audio samples in 2 different places. One in my room where my computer is turned on and you can kind of hear the ambience of the fans of my computer and some outside stuff. And I actually went ahead and recorded another audio sample with the same recorder that I'm using for my camera right now, sandwiched between 4 pillows and a thick blanket in order to simulate what it would sound like. So here's an audio sample of what it looks like before and after noise cancelling. It is a simulation, of course. Anyways, enough talk, here's what it sounds like. Alright, so as you guys have just heard, most of the humming has disappeared in the audio, and if I have got the simulation right, it sounds just like it is. Now of course, if you're playing very loud audio, then you won't hear the difference very much, but if you're listening to some kind of podcast, then this would definitely help. And even in my room, after using the noise cancelling, it almost felt the same experience, where you put on headphones in and playing, this is what it felt like in my room, as if my room was extremely noisy. Now my room is pretty quiet, but after turning on the noise cancellation, it actually makes a big difference, and you just really gotta try it out for yourself. And one last thing about these 2 guys right here is you got 2 sizes indicated by the dots on the top, so you got 1 dot and 2 dots, and basically they help secure the earbuds into your ear much better. Now I personally did not need them because I found the earbuds to fit just fine for my ears, and although they are comfortable and they do improve the gripness, I just prefer them off because that's how I'm used to using earbuds. But if you're wondering what they look like with them on, here's what they look like. It's actually not bad. I mean, they're going to be in your ear, you're not going to see them, and nobody's going to see them because they are going to be hidden behind your ear, and they're going to keep everything nice and secure. But of course, it is great to have options, and it is nice that they have included them. So the conclusion, are these things worth it? Well, if you have a phone or a laptop or a tablet that uses a USB Type-C connector, then you will definitely benefit from this. Especially if you only have a USB Type-C connector, it is really nice to get the most out of your connector. Not only you get really nice audio quality with earbuds that can get very loud, you also have a nice control panel as well as the built-in active noise cancelling. So with all that being said, I would actually give these my Kommando stamp of approval because these things are really awesome and they do work, and it has really opened my eyes towards USB Type-C audio and its benefits. And that is actually pretty much it for this video, guys. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe for more like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.